don't even know if anybody's up right now. I'm just like, I can't deal with this. And I never come on camera. I never get emotional. I never cry. I've cried on camera before. I can't sleep. I can't. I don't even know what to think. I don't even know what to think. And I'm sorry, I had to blow my nose. I know this is so gross and unattractive, but I'm human. Like, my city is just burning. And then people are sending me messages on Twitter saying that there's undercover police that was starting the arson fires. I don't even know what to think anymore. Because part of it, they're saying it's the people, and then other people are saying it's the police that did this. And then I was just talking to my son for like an hour because he was down there and he was seeing buildings collapsing. And I'm like, my kids grew up over there. Like, every weekend they would be over south with their grandmother. When I needed a break, she would come get them like every other weekend. Like, she's over north right now. She can't even stay at her place. My ex-husband had to go get her, so she's staying over north. I'm just like, I don't understand what's going on anymore. It's like, between this virus and Mr. Floyd getting killed, and then now the fires, the looting. They were getting shot at. One of his friends got hit with a rubber thing. And it's like everybody's sending me videos. And every video's getting worse and worse. This is not about social media for me. I understand a lot of people are trying to fly in and come to the Twin Cities. This is my home. The whole city is burning up right now. Marianne, are you on the south side right now? The whole south side is like going crazy. And I cannot sleep. I can't sleep at all. Oh my God. Oh, the auto zone that we're trying to go get my friend's daughter at is burnt down. We ended up finding her. She had to meet us. She ended up meeting us in downtown Minneapolis. So I dropped her off to her daughter. But that's the auto zone that we were trying to get to, that they kept throwing tear gas so we couldn't get any further. But I didn't realize the whole thing was on fire. It's 3 a.m. in Winnipeg. I don't even know what time it is. It's 3:22 here. And I'm still up. Yep, the boys are home. I didn't know my oldest had went down there, but he had to go check on his grandmother because she lives right off a lake. She lives like 10 minutes from over there. And I talked to her yesterday. You know, I told her I was going to the protest, and she was the one telling me, like, you know, the weather was fine on the south side. And, you know, and I hadn't even gotten a chance to call her today because it's just been so crazy. So, you know, he was going over there to make sure, you know, everything was okay. But she's going to stay over north. I'm just like in shock right now. I don't even know what to think. And I'm so tired. You want to come on the live with me, Marianne? Because I know you personally. I've met you before. I don't even know how to do this, girl. It said block Marianne, Lord. Yeah, send me a thing. Because I don't even know, like, I don't know how to do it. I don't know anything about Instagram. I don't know how you do the double thing. But send me I think it's a request. Send it to me and I'll approve you because I know you. I know you're not a troll. I don't know everybody else who's on here. Yep, Target is gone. You know, it's one thing for them to loot it. They burnt it down. And Target, which I don't know, is Target is like the epicenter. Like it's like the major business in Minneapolis. You know, I did IT for them. So to see them do that is sad. I used to run like IT stuff for like all the Target stores in the country. I worked on their computer systems, their stores. Like I've done so much over the years for Target Corporation. So to see the Target burn down, like that was my old employer. You know, I worked on their systems. It's sad. Okay, it says view request. I don't know how to do this. Hold on, it's like 4 names. Okay, I think it says waiting or something.
Hey sis.
Hey, how are you? You know, I never get emotional and I never cry. Well, I mean, I cry, but you know, not on fucking Instagram Live.
You're about to make me cry. I'm putting on my.
I can't take it anymore. I cannot take it anymore. It's too much.
The part where you said that you used to take your kids to the south side, the Target, and it just brought back memories. The fact that nothing is gonna be the same.
No.
And I don't even know where to begin and what I saw. Me and my mom, we just got back home 20 minutes ago. And
where you at? Are you on the south side?
Yeah.
Is that where y'all stay? Yeah.
I live in
Hey, Dollface. I see you, hun. I heard LA's wildin' too, doll.
I live in the south side, and I did notice the National Guard got there. There was like.
So you seen them?
Yep, they're on the roof of the precinct, and then there were some of them behind them, and then the sheriffs were also there lining up like kind of like side by side with the police, and they weren't doing anything but protecting the precinct while everything else, all the nearby stores, the AutoZone, I got there when it was burning. It's to the ground now.
It's completely gone.
It's completely gone, and so is that new big apartment complex that they were building.
I seen when that started. They started the fire when we were down there, because all of a sudden we seen black smoke, and my girl, that's when she ran back to the car, was like, they just started another fire. Yep. And my son's friend said they had put out the fire initially first at the AutoZone or whatever was first burning, and then they reburnt it again.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if you know, but they sent me a video. I haven't even posted it yet. There were snipers on the roof.
Yep.
So they were recording this dude. He was trying to steal from the ATM. And the sniper light comes down and beams on him, and he sees the light and he stops what he's doing. He runs off.
Wait,
so there's
what
snipers. He was, I don't know. My son recorded the video of some dude. He was trying to like rob the ATM. And so then all these sniper beams came and they looked up and they filmed it. And the sniper light was coming down. And when he seen like he was getting hit with like beams, he stopped and he ran off. So
yeah, they were guarding the one of the banks that was next to like that McDonald's area. I forgot. I think it's TCF. They're guarding the shit out of there. Sorry, I'm cursing, but that they got, once they like the people started getting to like that McDonald's, they like spray painted it. I noticed they started protecting that side, but then the part that got me, like, I don't even know where to begin. There's so many different parts, you guys, and I don't agree with any of this. Burning down the resources that you used to just use yesterday. You was just at that Target yesterday, and burning it down, and it's just not gonna solve it, but we have to do what we have to do. It sounds like a contradiction, but like,
right, like that's why I'm conflicted.
That's where I'm conflicted.
Right, because I'm like, I get it, because after Phil got killed, this should have never happened again. Like, y'all seen like how jacked up St. Paul got. Like, St. Paul did not get like Minneapolis, but they shut down the freeways. They was protesting, and then for like nothing to happen to the people who killed Phil, I just think between this and the corona, this was just the boiling point.
Yeah.
This was the boiling point. I never, like I said, yes, there was like little pockets of rioting in St. Paul, you know, with Philando Castile, but I would have never expected to see what I saw tonight. It's different when you're watching it from television, Fox News. It's different when you're down there with the people, the energy, the chaos, the confusion, the running.
Yep. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I was at the Cup Foods and that area, the precinct, the people there did not give me the vibe of, I'm not trying to throw shade, but they didn't seem like people that grew up here. Like, I noticed did you feel that too? I just felt like some of these people came from somewhere else, like either Chicago or Texas or somewhere else. I'm like, you weren't raised here.
Because there was even people asking me like, yo, shawty, where you from?
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, I grew up in the 30s. I was like, you know, right, you know, off of 38th, like that whole little Powderhorn area. That's where we ran in high school. Remember back in the day when it was wings and ribs?
Yep.
We used to eat right there in the corner. And he's like, oh, I'm from the north side. Well, what part? We done lived over north. What part of the north side? They really couldn't answer. So it was like a lot of weird energy. Like the natives that I saw, I knew they was from the south side because there was a lot of natives out there with sage. I saw a lot of Somalis out there. You know, there's a lot of white people. I understand what you're saying when you said there were some people you could tell they were not from the community.
The vibe.
Like they just came. They just came just to come and agitate.
They were literally like on they went to Target, stole like one of those like things that, you know, are in the like warehouse rooms, like those carts that aren't like usually on the floor. They took that, were riding around with a bat. I just felt like I was either in the movie Purge or I was like, I just thought this was a nightmare. I'm like, oh my God, I can't get up. Is this real? Is this real?
Right.
Like I kept like, I just couldn't believe it. Every corner was a fire. Okay, and then this is another reason why I think some of the people are definitely not from here. They robbed the Chicago in Lake
Liquor Store.
Which they were robbing that place for a good 2 hours. And like when I say rob, I don't mean a casually, like it started like a while ago when they were robbing Target and all that. It kind of started to come to the Foot Locker, and it came to the in that area, Chicago and Lake, which is already pretty dangerous too.
Right,
like,
that's the hood. Right.
There was people there that you could just tell they're not from South Minneapolis. They're not even from Minnesota, period. They had Hennessy everywhere, just like under the armpit, running around.
I've seen people with Hennessy.
I saw a guy on another video. I wasn't there, but they robbed a jewelry store, and he ran off with a case full of Rolexes.
Oh
I'm
my
just like,
God. You know they killed somebody.
yeah,
When
yeah,
we was
yeah.
leaving, okay, so this dude comes up to us. It's on my live stream. We're like, because we're on the other side of Target, like closer to the back end. I didn't want to, because every time we kept trying to go towards the where my friend's daughter was at by the auto zone, girl, they was shooting rubber bullets and they was hitting us with tear gas. So we kept running, so we couldn't get any closer. So we were on the side of Target. So the boy comes up to us and he's like, "Oh, they just hit the pawn shop. You know that big pawn shop on Lake."
Yep, yep.
Then when we get back to the car, they're like, as people were going in, like stealing jewelry and stuff, the pawn shop owner shot and killed somebody.
Yeah,
They're
he
like, his
did.
body's on the floor. So I just, it's like I don't even know what to think. I don't even know what to think
They
at
went
this
inside
point.
that T-Mobile store, stole all the phones.
Yep, I've
And
seen people walking with iPhones.
this is another crazy story, which I was planning on sending to Phil from the Advice Show, because
Hmm.
I love him too, and I love his content. And one of my friends sent me a video. She was like, "Girl, you know you have like a large platform. Why don't you post this story?" She caught a guy from, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, all these networks, they're all goofy clowns trying to get some clout right now. But I
Oh
think
yeah, they're all running to
all of them
Minneapolis.
are running
All of
around.
them. And
No,
I'm
even the
over it.
local ones, they're just crazy. They don't know what to do, and they're trying so hard, desperately, to find a story. So this guy
Right.
from, I think it was either Fox or ABC, I don't know which one. I'll find out again. But they caught him on 38th in Chicago, where George passed away, or he was murdered. And they're having a normal peaceful protest. They caught him making sound effects of shots, and people kind of scattered around, and they saw that it
Hmm.
was coming from his phone, and they went up to him and said, "Why are you making noises of gunshots, and you're trying to manipulate what we're doing? This is a peaceful protest." These people were
Right.
not like, bashing things over on
Right.
Chicago and 38th. They were just peacefully protesting, listening to fuck the police and stuff like that. And he just couldn't even answer. He goes, "Oh, I didn't even know my phone can do that." Like, they literally went up to him. And it just, I don't even know what to say. Like, I have a lot of mixed emotions. My heart has been hurting, like my chest physically has been hurting the last like 2 weeks. This week alone, I don't think I have had like maybe even one good day of full sleep. I just have
Right.
been on up like 100%. And one of the things that makes me so mad is just the fact that, like, I don't even know where to begin. I don't know why people think Minnesota, when they think of it, oh, it's just a white state, and it's like we're the
Right.
North. This exposes who we really are, Minnesota, what it
You,
is for the
yep.
truth. And you've talked about this a lot of times. Like, white
Right.
liberals, they want to talk about how, like, what do you call it? Yeah, I'm a liberal. I care about this. I care about that. No, 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 no. Most of the people here are undercover Trump supporters. They just will never say it. They'll disguise themselves as liberals. And Malcolm X said to watch out for those people. They're the worst ones that will act like they're your friend. And that's what
Hmm.
we have in Minnesota. It's a lot of people that just don't have no empathy, don't care about nothing. And even tomorrow morning, I'm going to have to go back online and, act like nothing happened. And I just don't know how to, I just hate living here. I really hate living here. And I'm at that point. And for George, God bless him, RIP, for him to come to Minnesota from Texas, start his brand new life, say, you know what, I'm gonna get my shit together, I'm gonna get my CDL license, I'm gonna start a business, I'm gonna be, he was in church, he was doing really good things for the community. People spoke highly of him. The media
Right.
tries to, flip it like, oh, he's just a poor black man that's getting a paycheck or whatever, cashing a fake check. I also worked at Wells Fargo, and there was a lot of times where people would try to give me a fake check. Did you know that if you are the person that gets that fake check, you can send it back to what is it, the place that prints money, I don't know what, the Federal Reserve. You could send it to them and they'll actually give you money for catching that. So the fact that your dumbass is calling a cop to arrest somebody when all you have to do is just take the check away, if that's the truth, right? If that's, I don't even know if that really happened. But anyways, I don't even know. I'm just ranting, and I'm just trying to, like, I just want you to know I hear you and I feel you, and I love what you do, and I always support you. And I don't have the courage to put out the stuff I have on my phone. I feel like oftentimes I have to, like, be real, but also be, like, have a different exterior because I work in corporate America. Right. But this just really opened my eyes to the fact that, like, our voice matters, and we need to continue using these type of platforms and not give a F about what people think. I'm tired of coddling people. Minnesotan white people especially love to be coddled, and I'm not coddling them anymore. I don't care about your feelings because you don't care about mine. And to deal with COVID and all the impact that it's had on the Black community and just in general, like, I've had a family member pass away due to COVID, and nobody give a fuck. I'm sorry, excuse my language, but nobody cared, and it was in Ramadan. So I'm just saying, like, I'm over it. I'm over Minnesota. I'm really glad that everybody's waking up. Wake up. Minnesota is racist. Don't come here. Don't start an opportunity here. If you do, get out, because it's just gonna get worse and worse. And the poverty is high. And what makes me mad about these people burning these stores is that you're not gonna have a store to go back to now. Right.
I mean, the closest Target is going to be downtown. And then I heard they were saying that they're trying to head to the Mall of America. I said, I'm telling you, there's certain parts of the city they don't want to mess with. That Bank of America Stadium is one. The Mall of America is two. Uptown and downtown. They start going down there with that riot shit, there's going to be some people getting shot. You're not fucking up Minnesota's tourism. You're not messing up the Mall of America. They was talking about heading down there, and I'm just like, this is ridiculous that people are even...
isn't even going to open until June 1st, and I think.
But I think they were just trying to break in, just like they did Target, because that Target was closed.
Oh, okay.
So I think that was their whole plan, was to go do stuff at the Mall of America. You know, somebody said they're in the mall right now. What mall? Mall of America at 3 in the morning.
I heard they're gonna attack Roseville, if that's true. Roseville.
Mall.
Is that where they're at?
They said the Mall of America wasn't being touched. I don't know. Somebody said the mall. They drove a car through the Mall of America. What? Already broke in? What? Oh, I gotta Google that. They drove a car through the Mall of America. That's what somebody just wrote. They looted a jewelry store. Where the Black leaders calling for a change? Oh, you talking about the Mush Miles? Oh, they're all booking their Corona flights. They're on their way to the Twin Cities. Yep. I've been seeing them posting, and people like, oh, such and such is coming. You need to connect with them. I think not.
The box said they're inside the mall actually right now, and then somebody else before that said that they also broke into the Target in Uptown.
The one in Uptown, the nice one?
I don't think they did. My mom works in Uptown, and that area has been like protected so far, because a lot of bougie uppity people live in that neighborhood.
Yeah, that's why I said they're not gonna let them touch Uptown, downtown, or the Mall of America, I'm assuming, but I'm going to have to find that out. But it's just, right now I'm just like, I'm devastated. And I think there's a lot of people on social media from the, this activist community that's hyping some stuff up, and
speak to that.
I get it. Like, oh, this is, Minnesota's not playing no more marching. We need action. They're doing the right thing. And so they're hyping it up. You know what I'm saying? They're hyping people up.
They did the same thing.
Okay, the Mall of America thing was fake. Thank you, Roland. They said the Mall of America car thing was fake. Okay, good. Thank you for letting me know. I'm on Twitter. I do see a car being driven in the mall, but is it the Mall of America? Or is it raggedy ass Rosedale? Right. Is it? Oh, that's Rosedale Mall. Nobody go there.
Nobody.
We talking about the Mall of America. Yeah, nobody cares about Rosedale Mall. They have literally no shops in there.
But Malibu said this is the LA riots all over again, and that area was burnt down over 20 years ago. It just got turned into a hospital 21 years later. Yep. And I remember me and you talking about the LA riots, doll, and he was telling me, like, because he grew up in that area. He was, a kid when the LA riots happened, and how like everything did not come back for like 20 something years. Like you just said, they just built a hospital 21 years later. So that's the part that has me like just really shook. Like, will Target want to come back? Will AutoZone want to come back? I don't know if you saw the dudes from Urban Jungle. They were like, my son was showing me on his Snapchat, they were snapping. They had to go in early this afternoon and take everything down, because my son usually goes to Urban Jungle to go buy, like, Supreme and all that stuff. Like they have like all that, high end, all the shit that the kids like to wear.
Yeah.
So they usually go, and it's two black dudes, that own it, they run it. They started that shit from the ground up. So he was on the gram. I thought he was about to cry. He was like, this is a black owned store. Do not come to Urban Jungle. Do not loot my store. And they were just putting stuff in the boxes, trying to empty it out. Because their inventory is not as big as like a Target. So they got a lot of stuff emptied out. But it was sad watching the video. It was just really sad.
That's why I said that some of the folks that were rioting were definitely not from here. They were people that maybe were hired by the cops. Sometimes I wonder, like, are people thinking when they react? Because yes, shit hurts, but I saw some white people that were taking this very literal, like they were black themselves. And I'm not saying that if you're a different color, you can't care about black issues, but I had to check myself, like, damn, what you swinging that bat for? And who are you about to hit? And why are you starting fires? And what neighborhood are you from? Why are you
that's what
burning
my
down
son was saying.
You know what
He
I
was
mean?
saying there was a lot of white folks down there, looting.
I swear to God, they were the ones.
There was more white folks, honestly, y'all. Because there's more white people. They was down there looting. My son was even telling me. And then he said there was some white girls. They started twerking in front of the police, and the police sprayed their ass with like mace or something to get them back. So it's like, why y'all twerking at a time like this? I don't know what this whole twerking drive-by shit is.
Was it for TikTok? Stupid generation.
No, I don't know. You know how they had the barricades? My son said they were all over there by the barricades. The little white girl started twerking, and then the police started spraying some more, the mace and stuff like that. And then the black dudes over there was cussing them out, like, what the fuck is you doing? This ain't the time to twerk. And he said it was just a bunch of mess and chaos, just chaos. It was so much happening all at once.
Yeah. Sav said that it was a lot of white people burning things down and stealing. Absolutely. I swear to God, the people even burning the new apartment that was just being built. By the way,
one that was just built.
Guess who it was built for?
Who?
Low income people. It would have been one of the very first, like, it was called Midtown Green, and Minneapolis has a housing crisis. Like, we have we're in one of the most segregated states, but Minneapolis alone does not have a lot of homes. Like, there are a lot of homeless people here, and that apartment was going to be for low income families, people that can't afford the median age
because the rent has gone up so much. The rent has gone up so much up here. I didn't know that was low income.
Yep.
Wow, how convenient that they burnt down the brand new. So you're talking about a brand new building, new fixtures, new everything. That's gone at the blink of an eye.
That's gone. The Aldi's gone. And I saw people packing.
Wait, Aldi's did Aldi's get looted? Or they burn that?
They looted it and they burned it. The
Aldi's over there on the second shopping center, or the one on Hiawassee. You know how there's two? The one down there
was where Rainbow was. Remember Rainbow?
Yeah.
That's the one.
Okay.
They not only took all the food. When I got there, it was not burning, but they threw fire in there. And the people throwing the fire and starting the fire, I swear they weren't black people. I swear to God, I didn't see black people doing that. Black people are just yelling at the police mostly, holding up signs, just being emotional, like being angry, actually being angry. The people that were laughing and taking this shit not serious, were people that were not black. And I love the fact that we do have allies, and I'm not coming for the allies. If you're an ally, you know who you are. But damn, like I really was super shocked. Like I thought I was in a nightmare, and and
Haley Lee
also
is saying
and also one more thing that was crazy as hell was the drilling of the self-checkout lane. And they did the same thing to the US Bank ATM. People were stealing, trying to get to the bag, I guess, inside the self-checkout. They were drilling it and opening it apart.
And they were getting the money out.
Yeah, one of them got money out, but the other people didn't. Like the other, he was just trying to break it. And I'm just like, what the hell? Like, that's so, like, devilish. Like, what is this gonna do for you?
It's insane. So Haley is saying, there's videos all over Twitter of undercover police and their supporters starting fires and looting. There's video evidence. Don't fall for the narrative. We started it. Yep, that's what we're talking about right now. I kind of addressed that earlier. Somebody has sent me links. There's videos of police officers in the back of Targets. I had to finish watching the videos. There were several of them, but it definitely shows that there were people. They were plants. They were agents of chaos. There were people planted there to create this. I'm not saying that there were no black people there doing shit too, because there was plenty of black folks running in, stealing shit. Yeah. But the people who broke the windows, who started it, who, you know what I mean, who basically created it, a lot of those people, from what I'm hearing, from what my son said, firsthand accounts, because they had been down there earlier. I didn't even know he had went down there. I had assumed he was still out here, and then he's calling me like, where you at? I'm like, on the road. He was like, where you coming from? I was like, the riots. And I'm like, well, where you at? It's, it's midnight. He's like, oh, I'm down here at the riots on the south side. I said, well, wait. When did you end up over south? Yeah. And he said he'd been since about 4 o'clock because he went over there to go see his grandma, with his friends, to go over there and make sure she was straight.
Yeah.
And she lived, 10 minutes. So they had parked at her place and walked over. And he said at that time it was just starting. It wasn't, it was still a regular peaceful protest, because that's what it initially was. That's why my friend's daughter was down there. It was initially just a peaceful protest. So that's why a lot of the kids from St. Paul and, the suburbs, they all came down there. And then he said within like maybe an hour or two into it, it just became chaos, fires and just everything. So I don't know.
That's the part I'm trying to, like, I want to just like make sense to your audience, and just, I'm trying to make sense for my own self. Is I honestly, let me tell y'all about how I started my day. I woke up this morning, started my day, got some coffee. I went to a different Target, but I bought a few supplies. I come back home, just chilling, made dinner. This was the most random, like, I'm talking about the fires and the stealing and just the going around looting different stores. I truly feel like this could be, my conspiracy is that this could be a way to draw attention off of the cops that were involved in George's murder. Because emotion, like, there's fear-based provocation, or there's like, just emotion. And when you have too much emotion, and you're scared at the same time, people are gonna freak out. And like, I also, when I was at the protest, the one at the precinct, I heard like this one white guy like saying, they're gonna throw tear gas, oh my gosh, why do they have a cop up there? And I'm just like, you finish or you're done. Like, you're really loud. And like, he was just doing the most. And I really feel like some of the people there were paid crisis actors. And I truly hope that the small businesses could recover, the ones on Lake Street, like the Mercado Central, all of those areas, the Hispanic shops, the Somali restaurants, the Black-owned businesses, African American. I really hope that they can survive. Because like you said, they don't got the warehouses like Target, and no, it's just.
Somebody, Izzy, saying yes, it was many black and brown during the peaceful protest, and then I saw many whites once it got violent. Yep, that's the same thing my son was saying. That when they all got down there, it was peaceful. It wasn't a whole bunch of mess, and then you know, within an hour or two, it just started getting really crazy. And you saw like a lot of white folks just agitating and doing a lot of stuff in the crowd, you know, and even when we were down there, you know, it was a lot of people showing out. I mean, it was crazy. And we were on the whole other side. We couldn't even get close to where the fires and all that stuff was at. Because like I said, what they did, they ended up dividing it. So depending on how you got to Lake Street, if you, I'm assuming they came through Marshall. You know what I mean? Like how you can take Marshall all the way down.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they came that way. We came the back end because we came from the back suburbs.
Yep.
So I came in through like 494.
Yep.
So then I got off on, you know, it had me get off on like the Hiawatha Bridge.
Yep.
So we were literally on the freeways. We're driving like everybody's just on the freeway stop looking at the overpass, and then we see the fire and all that stuff. So we just pulled over and grabbed a parking spot. So we walked off the freeway and came down. Yeah. So I'm assuming my son and them, they came from the Marshall area. You know what I'm saying? They came like down there because they were on that side. Because there was no way from the freeway you could get to that side where the fire was once they set everything down.
I used Minnehaha, the back road, to get to that area.
Okay.
But I was going to say Hiawatha, yeah, that is a far walk too. So y'all like parked at the bridge or?
We parked at the bridge and we just walked.
Oh my.
And so when we got off the bridge, we were down there by the Target.
Yep.
So the first thing we see when is the back end of Target and the door is busted and we're seeing people running out still. Yep. So I mean it wasn't too bad of a walk, you know what I mean? But like once we got down there, it was just like we just stayed on the corner because her daughter was like, I'm at AutoZone. So we're like, come to us because it's not as bad right here. And then it was like they wouldn't let them move because how the barricades were. Mm-hmm. But we didn't see the barricades from where we were at because we were so far back. So once we started trying to move, anytime people try to move over there towards like, that side, that's when they would start shooting because one of the rubber balls like hit by us like not even 10 feet from us. Like we see it coming from the ground.
Huge. They
were huge. That's why we started running. I ain't trying to
the size of a crater, a small crater.
They were huge. They were huge.
Oh my gosh. How evil do the police force have to be like, we're gonna blast this a big ass ball the size of a Pokemon and hit it on people. It could have hit someone's face. It could hit, and there are some people that got hit.
Oh, there are people who got hit.
Yeah.
My son's friend has like a huge welt on his leg. He got hit in the leg. So, and he has like a huge bruise and everything. So people got hit. People definitely got hit.
You know what people aren't talking about?
Who is this wheelchair Wendy? I gotta watch this video. Yeah. I still have not seen it. They said she's a white lady. She was stabbing black looters.
Wait.
I gotta watch this video.
They called her Wheelchair Wendy. She already got a name.
Wheelchair Wendy. Yeah, she got a name already.
I saw that video. She was an employee in the beginning. Yep. And she was trying to get people to not use the exit door. Like she was stabbing people as they were like rushing out. Because, the other doors
She was stabbing them with a real knife, like legit stabbing?
Had a legit knife. Yep.
Wow.
And people noticed that. And instead of, rolling, she had an automatic wheelchair. So instead of just like going back and letting people run, because hello, you're in a freaking wheelchair. Like, do you really want people to knock your ass out? Like, you really want to knock over? So instead of caring about her life, she thought about privilege first. Because, of course, even if you're in the wheelchair, you still know that you're better than a black person. Doesn't matter. So I called her Karen. So I like that she got Wheelchair Wendy. So Wheelchair Wendy, anyways, got blasted. And at first I felt bad. And then the second time I laughed. Because I was like, you know what? She put herself in that predicament because she got fire extinguisher. And you know how cold that is? Like, she got that sprayed on her. A can hit in her head. All while still blocking that Target exit door, like the emergency exit door. And
they said she didn't even work at Target.
She didn't? Oh,
yeah, that's what somebody just wrote. They said she didn't even work there. That's the crazy part.
I saw the red and tan, but she got sprayed. Well, she just looked like a snowman after.
Oh God, I gotta watch that video. Yeah, that's crazy. They said there was a bunch of Somalians, girl, taking Rolexes, honey. They said they were. I did see some. So there are a lot of little young Somalian boys down there wilding. I was like, oh my gosh. And then the one boy, he must have got hit real bad with tear gas. Girl, he went through like 4 gallons of milk
Seriously.
He was just dumping milk on himself, you know, on his face. He must have like got real hit because he took off his shirt and they would just kept dumping milk on him. I was just like, oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. He must have had direct contact, or it could have been his
Yeah,
first time
he
getting
went through at
tased.
least 4 gallons. But they said, yeah, I mean, like I said, it was a lot of people down there wilding out, you know, Black folks, Somalians, you know, Asians. I seen Asians. It was a lot of people, you know, so the whole situation is crazy. Somebody said paraplegic Penelope. You know what? Y'all are making me laugh.
What?
They called her paraplegic Penelope, the lady in the wheelchair. Y'all are wild.
Oh my gosh. These names.
Man.
But yeah, I think
it's crazy.
That's one thing that I'll say for sure. The reason why I went out tonight was because I wanted one day when I have kids to be able to let them know what I experienced. And it's just not just me, but I'm saying, like, you know, one of the things that's hard about growing up being American and dealing with also being Somali and whatnot, it's like my family, they just freshly came here like in the 90s. So I'm like, we're kind of the first generation and we're building our life out. And I relate a lot, and don't get mad, Somalis, but like, I've only lived here in America my whole life. I relate to the Black experience. I am Black. So don't ever let nobody tell you that like Somalis aren't Black or anything like that. There are a lot of self-hating people out there in the world, and sadly, due to colonization, we're getting into another topic, but my bad. You know,
that's another
colonization,
topic.
you know, people just hate who they. Sometimes if you don't know who you are, you're gonna hate different aspects of you that is actually beautiful because somebody taught you to hate it, whether it's your hair, your skin complexion, you know, your features. And I'm just glad that I was born here and I can see like what it's like to know like what my family went through in Somalia and then what I personally went through here. So I'll be able to teach my kids two types of big generation waves that we had to overcome. And we gotta just be better at owning our stories, and you know, and knowing our communities and being a part of it. And just I don't know how to explain it, man. I feel like nowadays social media, like I built a platform, but I don't even use it like that because social media just became a place for people to just congregate and be like, oh my God, look, like I'm gonna get this story out, or I'm gonna do this. It's just so competitive and disgusting where people aren't helping each other or actually sharing the truth. Not everyone, but some. But I'm just saying, like, I would rather prefer us to help one another out and not be so divided by nationality or by race or by gender or anything like that. I really wish we could come together and do things like this. Like, I just asked to be on your life and I love you and I see you as my sister, and I didn't even think you were gonna do that, but I knew that, you know, we're both from Minnesota, and it's just, this is something that's gonna go down in the history books.
It really is. It really is.
And you're a great mom. And you're a great mom. I just want to tell you that.
Thank you.
Yes,
thank you.
I love how you put your voice out there. I really do. It's so inspiring.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's not easy, you know, but yeah, that tonight has been like just really rough, you know, so I thank you for coming on here and chatting it up with me.
Of course.
You know, I really appreciate it. That made me feel better because I was just like, you know, everybody's asleep and I didn't know where else to go. So I said, let me just go on live and see if anybody's there. And obviously people are here. I didn't think anybody else was up, but yeah, I can't sleep right now. Well, I will go to sleep, but it was just a lot on my mind. So I thank you for coming on and talking to me. I appreciate it.
Anytime.
Yes, definitely. So I'll talk to you later, okay?
Sounds good. Have a good night.
Thank you. You too, and stay safe.
I will. You too.
Thanks.
All right, bye.
I don't even know how to end this. Oh, okay. There you go. I don't even know what to press. That was so nice. That made me feel a lot better. I'm sorry I was like breaking down crying earlier, but I couldn't help it. This is something that's unprecedented, you know, and like I said, there's so many different things going on between people saying that they're police that was agitating and, you know, doing things in the crowd plus the stuff that I saw, the things that my son was telling me, the experience that he described having down there. It's insane. This is a 2020. It's like, I feel like you cannot, I can't believe like we're just only a few months into 2020. Think about it. Just a few months ago, we're like, 2020 is my year. You know what I'm saying? 2020 is my year. I'm about to do X, Y, and Z. These are my, New Year's resolutions. And now it's May, and it's like, what the hell happened? Like, we've literally been on lockdown for the past 3 months due to the Rona. And now we have rioting and things burning down in Minneapolis, and it's insane. And I mean, not just Minneapolis. I mean, I'm here, so I'm going to talk about my city, but the gentleman in Georgia, the young lady in Louisville, Brianna. I mean, it's insane. It's insane. It's crazy. T, I can't wait for you to cover this on YouTube. If YouTube allows me to cover it, honey, YouTube be hating and trying to take stuff down. It's crazy the way I have to fight with YouTube. We are in our last hours. Yeah, it's something spiritual going on. 2020 was done and out when Kobe died. Damn, that is true. I forgot all about, well, I didn't forget, but that's true. That was 2020. That's how we started 2020, with the death of Kobe. That's crazy. Yes, Trig. It's been a crazy 5 months. It's been insane. There's a racist bot in here. Honey, I'm not surprised. It comes down to the coronavirus. News outlets said that Black people have more coronaviruses, so the racism is going to get worse. To get some rest. I know, Crystal, I need to go get some rest. I will try and get some rest soon. The station is on fire. You talking about the 3rd precinct? They burnt down the police station? Lord have mercy. Yeah, I'm legit scared to wake up in the morning and roll over south to see how that shit's gonna look during the day. I remember when that hurricane, no, it wasn't a hurricane, sorry, we don't get hurricanes. I'm thinking about when I lived in the Carolinas, the tornado that hit the north side. And I remember I went over north to check out the damage, and I was just like shook. Like, I couldn't even believe what I was looking at. That's how I feel like I'm gonna feel in the morning. Miss T, this shit has literally sent me into a depression between lockdowns, people dying, jobs being lost, co-workers dying, the racism. I'm 28 years old, but I feel like a child stuck in a corner. Yes, I agree with you. It's the energy of 2020 is so weird. It's not a good energy. Like, I just feel like, what else can happen? I don't feel, I was hopeful initially, like, okay, once they lift all this bullshit and we can get back to normal, I'm over this corona thing, I'm over this ban, I just want things how it was 3 months ago. And I feel like now with what's happened in Minneapolis, and that energy that's taking place in my city is now trickling to other cities. You have them now rioting in LA. I forgot what other cities you guys were naming, but I feel like things are going to get a lot worse before it gets better. And even though a lot of they blew up the police station. Oh my God. Y'all are just surprising me with these comments. So the police station is gone now? They burnt down the station. Damn. Actually, 2020 started with the World War III. What was I saying? I think a lot of the unrest that we're going to start seeing around the nation is because people are tired of not only police brutality, because I just watched another video somebody sent me. The police shot another man on camera, and I don't know what state that was in. So that's starting to go viral now. But between the police brutality and people wanting to get off of this corona lockdown, you're going to see a lot more craziness before it's over. It's going to be a lot more people just losing their mind. This is a very sad moment in history. Spirituality and fear can't coexist. You know, the police are starting this. 2020 is the World War year. They said that the Target funds the police department and was denying entry to protesters to get milk after getting tear gas. That's when the looting started. I heard that. I heard that. Um, they were saying that they wanted to go in and go buy milk. Target didn't want people in there. And, you know, Target is a very bourgeoisie store, even if it's in the hood. They're going to follow certain protocol. And for them, they felt it was more important to just keep the crowd out of their store. If y'all want milk, y'all should have took the shit out your refrigerator or picked it up at, you know, Walmart or another store before coming to the riots. Because that's normal. In most areas when riots are going on or protests are going on, you really don't want a lot of agitators coming into the vicinity. You don't want them coming into the store. So with Target, they'll shut shit down quick. Because I was in charge of shutting down Targets when people don't know this is, you know, whatever. I don't work there anymore, so I can talk about it. But when Hurricane Sandy was coming to the East Coast, I had to go in, me and our team, and we had to go in and electronically shut down every Target store on the East Coast. Okay? I don't know how long it eventually took, but it happened during my whole 8-hour shift. Spent the whole day shutting down Target's IT electrical system, because it's not where, when you're talking about a store, it's not where you can just go and just flick a switch like, oh, the lights are off. You have to go in. Everything is technical. So I think even if I know Target, they weren't doing it to be spiteful and say, oh, we don't want you guys in here. What it is, when they sense any type of anything, they're going to shut it down electronically through the IT department. So they probably physically, honestly, couldn't ring people up because they knew, okay, this is Target. The police precinct is literally across the street. So people will be here protesting and rioting. So trust me when I say, because I'm the one who shut down the systems when we had any type of natural disaster. Hurricane Sandy was the big one that I remember around that time. There was a few other disasters like tornadoes and stuff in the Midwest around that time. This was like 2013, 2014-ish. And that's what we had to do. So that's probably what happened, is that they had been shut down electronically by the IT department. So that way no transactions, no nothing could run. So that's why they weren't letting people in. But people don't understand that. I mean, I'm explaining it to y'all in the live, and I only understand it because I work there and I understand, you know, what it is to shut down a Target. But, you know, the crowd wasn't trying to hear that. And it's unfortunate. Cops killed a black woman by pushing her off the building and claiming it was suicide. Be safe in your home. Yep, we're home. Winnie TV. Me and the boys were all here. Target shut down, so they got burnt down. Yeah, that's what happened. But I mean, it's not cool. It's not cool. Like, I get it, but it's not cool. You understand the protocol. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Black Essence. I mean, that's what it is. I'm just explaining to you guys, there's nothing I can do. I can't rebuild Target and make what happened today not happen. But what I can do is explain to you guys that it's not necessarily that the people there did not want to help the protesters or the rioters. Common sense tells you, if you're in the same vicinity of a high profile case, the 3rd precinct is right across the street. You know, in case the crowd gets agitated or rioting breaks out, they're going to hit their store. So they didn't want anybody in the store. I mean, they still broke in, but that's what happened. I Am Queen says, you're right, T. I used to work at Target headquarters. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Yeah, I worked in their IT department, and that's what we did. I mean, that's just one of the jobs, but I also did stuff for headquarters as well, like laptop issues, computer issues, but that's Target's protocol. So, yeah, I burnt it down for no reason. You know, I mean, I get it was a reason, but not a good reason. Let's see. Please save this live stream. I'll save it. I think the other one wouldn't let me save. The one I did before I came back, it wouldn't let me save, so I don't know. Oh, wow. Good morning, everyone. I saw on your page about Target and the protesting. Hey, T, I'm finding it hard to be against riots because peaceful protests don't work. Yeah. Once things are burnt down, they never rebuild. That's what happened in Oakland. And that's the part that has me so sad is that that whole area, that's a lower income area. So being that those stores are burnt down and those buildings, like she was saying that they were building those new low income buildings, they're not going to come back. Who wants to keep risking putting their money in a high risk zone area? You know? Yep. Berserk said we're still feeling the effects of the LA riots. It's the truth. Juanita said, did you frequent that Target? I don't go to that particular Target as much. I've been there, when I was younger, when I spent more time on the South Side, that was a Target I would go to. I go to Targets, but not that one as much. My kids have probably been there more recently than I have. So, yeah. The world is watching. South Africa stands with you all. Thank you. It takes longer to get a... Oh, y'all talking about some other stuff. You said it right. They burnt down Target for no reason. This year is really demonic. It is. There's a lot of dark energy this year. And, yeah, my friend's daughter's okay. I dropped her off to her daughter, and we ended up meeting near downtown. And it's so surreal to be in downtown Minneapolis and just see all those closed, buildings, the clubs, all that stuff shut down. I mean, that's more or less due to the corona, but we met up downtown and I dropped her off to her daughter. So, yeah. Pretty much if you didn't need to be assisted, you weren't getting in. A lot of places will shut down or limit entry to avoid conflict. Yeah. I mean, think about it. If you owned a business, would you just open your store right up? You don't know if these people are literally going to come in there with money to pay for items or if they're going to come in there and just take the milk, And Target didn't want to chance it. They broke into the Apple store in Uptown. I mean, at this point, folks are just doing whatever. I've seen so many iPhone cases while we were down there. People with brand new iPhones sealed. Like you can't tell me that is on the behalf of George Floyd. You can't. You can't. People still in 3 and 4 flat screen TVs, putting on them little flat carts. How? I don't know. I don't know. Like I get the protesting, I get the being upset, but the looting, you're only hurting your own community. The burning down, the fires. I don't know. Vinay says, T, I'm 13. I've never experienced nothing like this. Oh, you're a baby. You're the same age. My youngest is 14. I would say you should be in bed because you have school tomorrow, but, we're living in this new world order. Y'all go to school and y'all feel like it. But, yeah, it's a lot. You know what? Honestly, you're 13. I'm a grown adult, and I've never experienced nothing like this. So I can only imagine what you guys are going through. Even I remember being in like 4th grade or so during the LA riots and just not really being able to comprehend what was happening. I was watching on the news and I didn't even understand the whole police beating with Rodney King. I wasn't old enough to kind of, I understood what happened, but I didn't grasp the nature. But even watching the footage and them rioting, I remember being in the living room and seeing my parents very upset and sad and, look at this. Oh my God, look what's going on over there in LA and Los Angeles. So I remember seeing that in my lifetime. But I never thought in my lifetime that it would be this city. Like I can see LA, that's a big city, LA is like the second largest city in the country. Everybody knows LA, that's, Hollywood and, New York. We can even see it happen in New York, but you never think like, Minneapolis, the Midwest. So I can imagine what you're going through. Lovely, do you think there was a real tornado warning or was that the government sending that out in hopes people would disperse? Honestly, I don't know. I've talked to a few people out here by my house. Nobody has showed me where the tornado touched down. So I really do not know. It could have just been them doing that, using that heart machine to get people to disperse. My live stream's about to die. It says I have 13 seconds remaining. So I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. I'm gonna try and get some sleep. If I can't sleep, I'll come back. But I think I should be able to go to sleep. I'll talk to you guys later.